Good morning, Periscope. This is Japonica from Japonica Brown Consulting Firm. How are you? Good morning. I have missed you guys so much. I've been thinking about you so much that I didn't even put makeup on. I'm just like, I got to talk to you guys. Let me first tell you that there is going to start being some consistency in the time. God has convicted me on that. So I'm going to be working on building a consistent time that I am on every single morning. If you guys give me about maybe 2 weeks to kind of get everything together, then it'll be a finalized time. More than likely it'll be at 8 o'clock. So let me move my hands so you can hear me. So hopefully you heard all that, but I am going to become more consistent when it comes to time. Speaking of time, that's the name of the Periscope today. It's called Timetables. I want to encourage you not to allow people to determine how long it's going to be before you get to where you want to go, how long it's going to be before you get married, or how long it's going to be before your dream comes to fruition. People have a very warped sense of time. They either are panicking and rushing because they feel like they don't have any time, or they give you an expansive amount of time to accomplish your dreams because they really don't believe that you can do it. But don't listen to people. One day is 1,000 years with the Lord, and 1,000 years is as one day. So I want to encourage you. I remember talking to a professor, and I said, listen, I'm going to be on Oprah. I'm going to be on the OWN network on Super Soul Sunday. And I'm going to be sitting under the big old tree in a little lawn chair, and I'm going to be talking to her. I'm going to tell her, I'm just going to give her my ideals of philosophy. My assistant is going to be over there. I said, I see it already. And she says, yeah, I know it's going to happen. And I'm going to be old in my little chair time. I told her, and I'm thinking, you only 40. So you projecting, in order for me to get to Oprah, it's going to take, what, 30 years? I don't receive that. Because when I saw myself there, I wasn't old. I was what I am, a few years older than I am now. Don't allow someone's ideas of what it's going to look like when you get there determine what it's really going to look like when you get there. You determine what it's going to look like when you get there. God is already moving some things on your behalf. And I was watching Bishop Walker yesterday. I recorded an episode of him preaching, and he said that where it would have normally taken you 3, 4, and 5 years, God is going to move you in a mere 5 months. He's going to not only restore what you lost, restore what the locusts ate up, but he's going to give you double of what you lost. He's going to give you the harvest of what you planted, but also do exceedingly than what you ever thought you could do. He's going to move you faster than you ever thought you would actually get there. So I was encouraged in my faith to know that God can do things in a certain time period that man can't even conceive. So I want to be encouraged. I want to encourage you not to put your dreams on mankind's timetable. It doesn't work like that. I don't know why we try to carnalize or humanize the concepts of God. That's like trying to make an apple do what orange juice does. Like, it's not the same. It's trying to convert one entity to a whole nother one, and not only convert it but make it less than what the original entity is. You cannot carnalize and humanize the concepts of God. The best you can do is read his word and try your best to understand what he's doing and what he's saying. But he'll never make a plan or never create something in the way that you would create it, because you're so limited. He created you. That's like your child trying to drive your car and telling you how to drive it. They haven't even been trained. They weren't even designed to drive that car at that time, at that age period. You wouldn't sit a 6-month-old in a driver's seat, because they have no concept of what this car can actually do. You have no concept of what God is actually doing. So how can you consult him on how to do what he's trying to do? Your best thing is to sit there and wait. Okay, I'm not the best cook in the world. You won't die if you eat the food, but I'm not like a throwdown for real finna brag about it type of woman. But my friend girl, she comes over and she actually knows how to cook really well. And I'll cook a dish and she'll come in my kitchen and she'll ask me questions. And the questions are almost scrutiny. Well, why are you doing that? Well, do you think that's a good idea? Or why are you doing? And I so often want to say, girl, just get out of my kitchen and let me do what I'm doing. Just be happy when I serve you the plate. It's going to be good. Don't worry. Don't worry about how I'm cooking it. Just know and trust that I have your best interest at heart, and that I won't do anything that's going to harm you, and that I'm going to do my best at this food, and you're going to enjoy it. Trust and know that you're going to be full and sustained. Trust and know that I have your best interest at heart. That's how God works. Us questioning God on the time. God, Lord, why is it taking so long? And Lord, they got this. And Lord, I want that. God is saying, go sit down. Trust and know that I got this. That I'm working on it. That I have your best interest at heart. That your time isn't like my time. Janet Jackson just announced to the world that she's pregnant at 50. She's been married 3 times. Pregnant at 50, married 3 times. Sisters, you're okay. Don't worry. We gonna be all right. I'm gonna need you to calm down and stop putting pressure on yourself, because you're not putting pressure on God. I'm gonna need us to calm down and know that God has our best interest at heart, and that he's working on it behind the scenes. Brother, sister who's working on your dream. I remember I used to get sick to my stomach when I would see Tyler Perry come out with a new movie or something like that, because I knew that was what I wanted to do. I knew it. I didn't know how. You know, I was writing plays, I was directing plays, I was in plays. I want to do that. And I know I can do it well. I know I can do it really, really well. I want to do that. And every time he would come out with a new project that could have been my project or similar to a project I was working on, I would get sick to my stomach, because what he was doing was what I wanted to do. And I was rushing. God, when is it going to be my turn? When is it going to be my turn? And what I really was doing was in the kitchen nitpicking while he was cooking the food, instead of just sitting back, relaxing, and getting excited about the meal based on the aroma that I smell. You should be at the point where you're just getting excited about it because the aroma is coming. How do you know the aroma is coming? I'm about to start shouting, y'all. I'm about to go get excited. You know the aroma is coming because you can smell the food. The food near you is coming towards you, and it's in your nostrils. You can smell it. Well, what is that in the natural, Japonica? When other people start being blessed by the very thing that you want, get excited. When your friend gets married, when your cousin and your uncle and your aunt gets married, when your classmate gets blessed with an opportunity in their career, when someone comes out with a book or a movie or whatever you want to do, when someone opens a restaurant and that's what you want to do, start getting excited. Why? Because that means whatever you're looking for, whatever you've been praying for, whatever you've been sacrificing for is near you. It's near you. You can smell the aroma because other people are being affected by the very thing that you want. Get excited, sister. Girl, I used to hate when people would make announcements on Facebook about engagements. I used to loathe it. I used to get so frustrated and so like, okay, you know, okay, God, now 'cause she broke and I got a little money and she ain't even cute and I'm a little cute. I used to get so angry. Now I get so excited because I understand that means the aroma is near. The aroma is here. The food is coming. The preparation is being made. God is bringing forth my blessing closer to me. I'm almost there. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. I'm almost there. I need you not to be fretful. I need you not to be scared. I need you not to be discouraged because it's not happening based on man's timetable. I don't care how old you are. It can still and will still happen. If nothing is a testament to that, the word of God should be a testament that time doesn't matter. What is time? He'll give you your years back. What's time? I'm more excited and more satisfied doing Periscope videos than anything that I've done in the last 6 years, 7 years. It doesn't matter how long it takes me to get there. I'm so happy that I'm doing and walking in the calling that God has put on my life, that I have such a peace. I rest better. I sleep better. I eat better. I talk better. I look better because I'm walking in the will of God. It sustains me. It keeps me. Where other people look at me and think, oh, she crazy. She ain't got no, oh, what's she gonna do? I'm in peace. I'm walking in perfect peace because I'm walking in the will of God. But even if I'm walking in the will of God and I have peace, and it doesn't matter how long it takes. I truly believe it won't take as long as you think it's going to take. Have faith, sisters. Have faith. Okay, I think I got to sneeze. Bless me. Okay. This is a rock. I've had this rock since 2009. Thank you, Brittany. I had this rock since 2009. In 2008, in December, my dad died. He had a brain aneurysm. Apparently, he had been having some issues in his brain for a while, and I didn't have any idea. He kept this very secret from me. He had even been in the hospital. He missed my college graduation. And he told me it was for some other reason, but I later on found out he was in the hospital after my mom called every hospital in Jacksonville, Florida, and found him. So he was very private because he didn't want me to stress. After losing my dad, I went through a large depression. It was a very dark period in my life. I was actually in counseling at the university, Brandeis University in Boston, in Waltham, Massachusetts. And man, it was so dark in my life. The sun wasn't even shining, like for real. It was in the middle of winter. It's January. The sun isn't shining. It's probably 15, 13 degrees outside. And I'm born in Alabama, so, you know, I don't know nothing about that cold. So it's cold, it's wet, it's rainy, and I'm mourning my father. And I remember walking to school, and I said, Lord, there's no way you're here. There's no God here. This place is desolate. This place has no life. How can I do this? I want to quit school. I can't do this. And I heard the voice of the Lord tell me to look down. I looked down, and I found this rock. It fits perfectly in my hand, just like this. And then the Lord told me to look up. I looked up, and there was this huge, we had a castle on campus. It was this huge cylinder thing made on the castle. I was walking up the hill, and I had this rock in my hand. And God says, that is your Goliath. You got the rock in your hand. Now slay your Goliath. I have held on to this rock since 2009, January 2009. I not only slayed my MFA program, Goliath. I graduated. I got a job. I passed practice 1 and 2 the first time in 1 month. I worked. I started having accomplishments at my job, and God supernaturally moved in my life. And that whole time, I've been holding on to this rock. I need you to hold on to the rock. Not just a tangible rock, but the rock that's in our God. The rock of Jesus Christ. You need to lean and depend on him. Hold on to him and know that you have it in your hand. Everything you need to be successful, everything you need to be delivered, you have it in your hand. God is telling you to slay your Goliath. It's time to start standing up, holding on to God's unchanging word, and slaying your Goliath. That's what it's time to do. You want the life you dreamt of? You want to be delivered. You want to be free. You're ready for your blessing. You're ready for your overflow. You're ready for your harvest. You're ready for those things. Slay your Goliath. And don't be constricted by timetables. David was anointed at 15 years old. He didn't become king till 30. That's a 15-year window. What was happening? Preparation. Then he slayed his Goliath. Promotion. Trials. God restoring him and then promoting him. Slay your Goliath. You can do this. There is nothing wrong with you. If you knew how incredibly powerful you were, then you understand why the enemy is coming after you. If you knew how incredibly valuable you were to the kingdom of God and to this world as a whole, you would understand why the enemy is coming after you. If you understood that there's a war being waged over your head between good and evil, and they're fighting for you, you would understand why the enemy was coming after you. And if you understood all of that, you wouldn't be overtaken by it. You wouldn't be overwhelmed by situations and circumstances. As a matter of fact, I think you'd be excited to know that a whole war is being waged over you. and that you actually have the power to win. Look at your hand. Slay your Goliath. That meant everything to me. And to some other people, this just is a piece of gravel that I've saved for years. To other people, this is stupid. To other people, this is probably a broken piece of whatever that they was doing construction on. But to me, every single time I was sitting in class and I felt low, every time the enemy told me to take myself out, every time I didn't have enough money to eat, every time I was struggling in class, I grabbed my rock. I'm not kidding. I walked to school every day with this rock in my book bag. Every single day. I put it on my dresser in my bedroom when I was living in Billerica, Massachusetts. Every single day. And I had that rock when I went to Providence, Rhode Island, and I filmed Body of Proof. Me from the projects, little Japonica Brown from Roger Williams Projects, was on a syndicated national television show on ABC. I had that rock. I had that rock in my car when I went and took that praxis exam in the state of Mississippi, when they said nobody passes it on the first try. Not both tests, on the first try. And I had to get my job contingent on the fact that I passed that test. I had that rock when I got my state license, when I wanted to get back into school in Jackson State and I had to take the GRE and I was studying and stressing out. I had that rock when I was going through the breakup and I had depression and I was struggling. I had that rock. And it wasn't until the other day this rock was on my desk. And my students were saying, Ms. Brown, can I have this? Can I have this? Because I was giving away stuff because I'm getting ready to leave. And they said, can I have that rock? And I said, no, this is my rock. And I take this rock everywhere I go. Every job I have, I put on the desk. Every apartment I live, I put on the dresser. Because it reminds me that at my darkest and at my lowest point, God was still there. He never left me. Even when I felt so alone, he was still there. Slay your Goliath. Look in your hand. Where's your rock? Lean on your rock. I love you guys. I'm going to leave you with that. I pray that you continue to be blessed and encouraged by these Periscopes. Again, I'm going to finalize a time that I'm coming every morning so I can be consistent, because God has definitely chastised me on that and convicted me on that. So I'm going to get that fixed for you guys. If you give me about 2 weeks, I can have a steady time, and I think it's going to be around 8 o'clock in the morning. Also on Saturday at that conference, at the Remedy Conference in Mobile, Alabama, I'm going to be live Periscoping me ministering to those women through monologue and my public speaking. So I want you to tune in. It's going to be probably around 7:30-ish that I'm going to be on stage. So I want you to tune in and be ready to be blessed in the name of Jesus. If you can get there, I'd rather you be there in the space so I can talk to you and touch you and hold you and hug you. I'm praying for you guys. Pray for me. I love you. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram, YouTube, Facebook. I am Japonica. Follow this Periscope, share this Periscope, and tell someone about what I Am Japonica is doing. Japonica Brown Consulting Firm. Be blessed. Bye-bye.